Right now, you are standing on the only planet in the universe that won't instantly kill you. Let's fix that. Every other world out there is a death trap, and each one kills you in a completely different, spectacular way. So today, you're taking a tour of the solar system. No spaceship, no suit, just your fragile human body. First stop, the closest planet to the sun. Welcome to Mercury, a world of pure extremes. From here, the sun looks 3 times bigger than it does back home, and it is relentless. In the daylight, the ground heats up to 430 degrees, hot enough to melt lead. But Mercury has almost no atmosphere, nothing to trap the heat, nothing to soften anything. So the second you step into shadow, the temperature crashes by 600 degrees almost instantly. One side of your body burns, the other side freezes. There is no comfortable middle here. Mercury doesn't care about you. Let's move on before you become a very confused popsicle. Next up is Venus. From a distance, it looks calm, bright, almost peaceful. It is lying to you. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. Hotter than Mercury, even though it's farther from the sun. The reason is its thick atmosphere, a runaway greenhouse effect that traps heat with no escape. On the surface, it's 465 degrees everywhere. Day and night, no exceptions. But the heat isn't even what gets you first, it's the pressure. The air itself is crushing. Venus's atmosphere presses down 90 times harder than Earth's, like being nearly a kilometer underwater. So on Venus, you'd be crushed, roasted, and dissolved by acid clouds all at the same time. Venus is basically hell with better marketing. Let's get out of here quickly. Now we skip past home and head to the famous red planet. This is Mars. Good news, Mars won't melt or crush you. Bad news, it has almost no atmosphere at all. The pressure is so low that without a suit, the liquid on your body would start to boil. Not from heat, from the near vacuum. Your saliva, your tears, your blood would bubble. And it's cold, really cold. On average, minus 63 degrees across the whole planet. Mars is the friendliest killer on this list. It would take its time, but it would still get you. Now things get truly enormous. Beyond Mars, the small rocky worlds end and the giants begin. First and biggest is Jupiter, a world so massive, over 1,000 Earths could fit inside it. But here's the catch. Jupiter has no solid surface. There's nothing to land on at all. So you don't land on Jupiter, you fall into it and you keep falling deeper and deeper. As you fall, the pressure builds. The gas around you gets thicker, hotter, and heavier. Long before you reach the center, the pressure crushes you completely. Jupiter simply swallows you whole. Deeper still, the gas turns to liquid, then to a strange metal. Jupiter's core is a place we barely understand. Let's escape while we still can and visit the most beautiful killer of them all, Saturn. Those famous rings look solid from far away, but they're made of billions of chunks of ice and rock. Some pieces are tiny as dust, others are bigger than a house, all racing around at incredible speed. Try to stand on the rings and there's nothing to stand on, just a swirling storm of flying ice. And Saturn itself, like Jupiter, has no surface. You'd sink straight through the clouds into crushing depths. Saturn is so light, so full of gas that it would actually float in a giant bathtub of water. But don't let the charm fool you. Its winds scream at 1,800 kilometers per hour. That's 5 times stronger than the worst hurricane on Earth. You'd be torn apart in seconds. Beautiful, deadly, and impossible to visit. Saturn is a trap wrapped in a postcard. Now we head into the deep cold, to a planet that spins on its side. This is Uranus. Uranus is a pale blue-green world, tilted so far over that it basically rolls around the sun. It's an ice giant, freezing, distant, and made mostly of water, ammonia, and methane. The methane in its air absorbs red light, which is why the whole planet glows that eerie blue. Temperatures drop to minus 224 degrees, the coldest atmosphere in the solar system. You wouldn't burn, you wouldn't be crushed right away, you'd simply freeze into a statue. And like the other giants, there's no ground, just endless freezing fog all the way down. Uranus is the quiet, forgotten killer, cold enough to end you without a sound, which brings us to the very last planet, the farthest, darkest, windiest of them all, Neptune. Out here, the sun is just a bright star. Neptune gets almost no warmth at all. It's a deep, rich blue, another ice giant, wrapped in the most violent weather we've ever found. Neptune's winds hit 2,100 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound on Earth. Think about that. Winds faster than a jet on a planet where the sun barely reaches. The temperature sits at minus 214 degrees. You'd freeze and be blasted at once. There's no surface, no shelter, no mercy. Just dark blue storms screaming into the void. Neptune is the edge of our planetary family. Beyond it, there's only the cold and the dark. So let's add it all up. Every single planet out there has a unique way to kill you. Burned, crushed, boiled, frozen, or torn apart by winds no human could ever survive. And in the middle of all that chaos sits one small, quiet, blue-green world. Ours. A planet with the perfect temperature, the perfect air, and the perfect pressure. A tiny miracle. Now, you might be wondering about the sun. What if you fell toward it instead of a planet? You wouldn't even reach the surface. The heat would vaporize you millions of kilometers away. The sun's core burns at 15 million degrees. It's not a place. It's an ending. And what about Pluto? The little world we kicked out of the planet club? Pluto is a frozen dwarf so far away the sun is just a pinprick of light in its sky. At minus 230 degrees, you'd freeze before you finish reading this sentence. Even the moons are deadly. Take Titan, Saturn's largest, with lakes of liquid methane. You could technically stand on Titan, but you'd freeze in an atmosphere of toxic orange haze. Everywhere you look in this solar system, the message is exactly the same. You do not belong here. Space isn't empty and peaceful. It's the most hostile environment imaginable in every direction. No air to breathe, no warmth to hold you, no pressure that fits a human body. And yet, here you are, reading this, breathing without thinking, on the one world that works. Earth isn't just your home. Statistically, it might be the only home like it for light years. The perfect distance from the sun, warm but not burning, bright but not deadly, an atmosphere thick enough to breathe but gentle enough not to crush you flat. A magnetic field, invisible, silently deflecting radiation that would otherwise cook us all. Liquid water, oceans of it, the one ingredient every living thing you know depends on. Every other planet is a warning. Earth is the exception, the rarest thing we've ever found. We spend so much time dreaming of escaping to other worlds, but look at what they actually offer. Fire, ice, crushing pressure, screaming winds, and endless, silent, empty dark. Meanwhile, the miracle was under your feet the entire time. Quiet, reliable, alive. So the next time someone says the grass isn't greener, remind them, on every other planet, there is no grass. There's no green at all, no blue skies, no gentle rain, no morning you'd ever wake up to. Just rock, gas, and death spinning silently around a star that doesn't know we exist. And in all that emptiness, one pale blue dot decided to grow trees and oceans and you. That's not small. That's the most extraordinary thing in the entire known universe. So maybe the real adventure isn't leaving Earth. Maybe it's finally noticing how impossible it is. Step outside tonight. Feel the air fill your lungs. That, right there, is the rarest luxury there is. Nowhere else in the solar system could you do that. Not for a single second. You're not stuck on Earth. You're lucky to be on it. So here's my question for you today. If you could visit just one planet and somehow survive, which would you pick? The burning gold of Venus? The red silence of Mars? The screaming blue storms of Neptune? Drop your answer in the comments. I genuinely read them, and the best ones always surprise me. And if this made you look at the night sky a little differently, that's exactly the point. Because every dot up there is a world, and almost all of them would end you in an instant. But that's what makes ours so precious, one tiny glowing exception in an ocean of danger. If you made it this far, you're my kind of person, curious, patient, and a little bit fearless. This channel is all about that. One simple question about the universe answered properly every week. So if you want to keep exploring, the subscribe button is right there. It's completely free. Next time, we're asking something even stranger. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep being amazed by where you already are. Thank you genuinely for spending this time with me. It means more than you know. See you in the next one.